Hello there! You would not believe the day that I have had. I was lucky enough today to finally see Deadpool and Wolverine. And guys, let me tell you that this movie puts all superhero movies in its place. I mean, it has everything. You laugh, you cry, you yell, everything. Just everything. You guys have to go see this movie. This is the most, and I said it earlier, extreme fan service superhero movie of the entire history of superhero movies. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted, and Ryan Reynolds heard us. He knew exactly how, there's no other way to say it, but in his terms, please us. So no spoilers first, okay? No spoilers. Later, a little spoiler. Okay. All right. So we know, the basic premise. We have Deadpool needs Wolverine in order to help him save his timeline. This is according to the trailers that we've seen. And they basically go to the TVA, and there's a situation, and he needs a Wolverine. So he goes to find a Wolverine. But in the process, the TVA kind of, gets a little antsy. Guys, this is just filled with so many action sequences. I even lost count at how many times he uses swords or used somebody else's sword or just hit somebody with something. I totally lost count. I'm just like I didn't even know the word to use at how amazing this movie is. I want to go watch it again. I want to go see it 5 or 6 times. Seriously, that's how good this movie is. And then of course, you have Wolverine, as always, Hugh Jackman. He's amazing. And his, gruffy, kind of like, I don't care about the world kind of attitude. And through the course of the movie, that's going to change, but not getting into spoilers yet. And along the way, like we saw in the trailers, they meet up with, Cassandra Nova, which, in case you guys don't know, that is Charles Xavier's twin sister. If you are a fan of the comics, you also know the whole story with Cassandra Nova. And they meet up with, other characters along the way. And it is just... it just takes you... Because you're thinking, oh my gosh, how are they going to solve that? And then when they solve it, you're like, I didn't see that coming at all. And then you have another situation, like, how are they going to get out of that? And then when they do, you're like, how did they even come up with that? And of course, from the trailer, you also saw a dog pool. Oh my god, that dog is so freaking cute. I'm seriously going to dress up my dog like that for Halloween. I can't. I have to. I just hurt her feet. She knows I'm talking about her. I mean, just this whole galore of cast members. It is just exactly what we needed right now. And I know that Disney's involved with this movie, but I've got to say, like, nice. This is definitely on the up and up. This is definitely the movie that you need to go. Unfortunately, there are, the rating, little kids should not go see this movie. So, don't take the little ones to see this movie unless you're, really want them. No, don't. At least 13 or older, please. I beg you, don't send any kids that are. And I mean, and that's stretching it. I wouldn't even take my 13-year-old to see this movie. I make it 17 and older, because seriously, yeah, you adults, just go see the movie. But I mean, in the end, I don't want to spoil it yet. It's just the whole camaraderie between Deadpool and Wolverine at the beginning, the middle, and the end. It's just watching that whole bridge of their relationship change throughout the movie. That's just icing on the cake. That's the cherry on my chocolate sundae. Yes, I said chocolate. And then all the things that happen in between and the people that they run into. Because, I mean, we've already seen from that trailer, we know that Sabretooth is in the movie. We know this. We know that Pyro's in the movie. We know this. We know Cassandra Nova's in the movie. I don't know who else saw who in this movie. There's just different trailers or different characters. I don't want to say it all yet, because, there's going to be a part of this video where it's going to be spoilers. So I'm going to be mentioning the characters that I saw today. So if you have not seen this movie, this is the moment where you stop, hit pause, go watch the movie, and then come back for my spoilers part, because it's coming up in a few moments. Again, if you have not yet decided to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, seriously. Okay, now let's talk in depth about this movie. Warning, these are major spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie, don't watch, because spoilers. I'm definitely now going to go into details. All right, so we have that, Wade Wilson is obviously in his current Earth, because multiverse, and he's feeling a little low because his life is not going the way that he wants it to go. He doesn't want to do the Deadpool thing anymore. He wants to have some meaning in his life, which is very contrary to the other movies where he was just loving being Deadpool, right? It turns out that him and Vanessa are actually not together, so he's kind of also feeling that. He's just feeling like nothing is going his way. And, at his birthday party, we have him surrounded by everybody, including Vanessa, because they're friends, and he is just very lucky. He's feeling lucky that he has all these people around him, including, Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Man, that is a dilly of a name. Yukio, I love Yukio. And all his friends are there, and he's feeling, saying that everything is amazing because he has these beautiful people around him that he loves and he trusts. And when you say that in a movie, everything's just gonna go whoop, right? All right, so that knock on the door, we have TVA agents take him, kind of kidnap him, and then we meet the guy Paradox, and he works for the TVA. He's saying to Deadpool, this is an opportunity for you. We're gonna need your help, but it's really not actually true. Paradox is scheming on his own against the TVA's higher ups. He's gonna basically take out or prune his whole timeline, because apparently I think, what was it that they call it? Their anchor, their heroic anchor, was no longer on their timeline. And this meant that it was, Logan died. Oops, sorry, got unalived. I didn't want to say that word. Unalived in the movie Logan, because you guys know that. If you haven't watched that movie either, spoilers. So he's thinking, wait a minute, what does that mean then for my timeline? That they're going to erase his timeline because there's no anchor hero there. I'm like, and he's like, whoa, no, we're going to fix this. We're going to do it. So he goes on a rogue mission to find a Wolverine to replace the one and he goes through all these worlds, and you see this montage of him talking to these different Wolverine types. And guys, this is just hilarious. A scene of him going into these different Earths, just running into these different Wolverines. Seriously, you just have to go watch it. And oh my gosh. Just the reaction of me seeing one of the Wolverines and the actor who was playing, because it wasn't Hugh Jackman on this one, it was somebody else, but I'm actually not going to say who it was, but let's just say I was just like a little, whoo. But then, he brings back a Wolverine finally to the TVA, say, hey, here we go, we have a Wolverine, he can replace the other one, and you're like, this is like the worst Wolverine you could find. This Wolverine did so and so on his on his timeline, and he's like the worst Wolverine you could have found. And then they get pruned. And they got sent to the void. Okay, so I'm getting like Loki season 1 kind of vibes going here. Oh my gosh, this is like, totally reminding me about Loki and the whole, adventure that he went on. So they're there, and they're like, we have to get out of here. We have to go back, and we have to fix things. And I can't lose all the people that I love, and because we know this from the trailer that he's just wants to save his timeline and the people that he loves. But along the way, so they start to get some help. They're in the void, and that is where they run into Cassandra Nova, okay? And Cassandra Nova, we know that she is a very high psychic power, Omega level mutant. If you guys know the X-Men, you guys know what I'm talking about. It is just so funny, like all these cameos that are in the movie, and I kind of like want to spoil but don't want to spoil for you guys, because this is just amazing seeing. I mean, if you've already seen a couple of snippets that people have been putting on TikTok and stuff like that, then you know. So I mean, just seeing some of these characters, like I almost don't want to say it, but let's do it. So first of all, you got Cassandra Nova, and then you have Pyro, you have Sabretooth, you have Toad. Then you see the Juggernaut, and I think some of the Morlocks even are there too from the X-Men. And they're all, working with Cassandra Nova, like, these are my puppets, and if you guys don't, do what I say and become my slaves, then I'm just going to get rid of you. Which she does to one of the heroes that Deadpool and Wolverine run into, which happens to be the Human Torch. Yes, Johnny Storm. I'm not going to tell you what happens there, but you definitely got to go check it out. But then in the midst of them trying to leave the void, Cassandra Nova apparently has the power to get them to leave the void so they can go and do their mission. And along the way, they get some help from... This is where the extreme fan service comes into play, because we see Elektra. We see what we've been asking for years. Who have we been asking to play Gambit all these years? We got that person to play Remy LeBeau. Les bon temps pour les... Walks in there with a card and the exact costume we wanted to see, and then out of nowhere, here comes Blade. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We got some vamps up in the house too? And then of course we have that we also saw in the trailer, X-23 Laura or Laura, whichever pronunciation you prefer. And it is just this kind of motley crew that decide to face Cassandra Nova in order to help them leave the void so then they can go and complete the other mission. This is just a lot of interconnected fourth wall kind of things. You know, I had to say it. I mean, obviously they do finally, like, in some way get Cassandra Nova to open using the multiverse ring of somebody that we know. Kind of strange. So they are finally back, but then Cassandra's like, wait a minute, this was not the deal that I made when I was sent to the void. Apparently she had some kind of deal in place with Paradox. So as soon as Deadpool and Wolverine are back in, you know, the Earth timeline, and they're trying to fix everything, and this guy wants to just destroy the timeline, she shows up and is like, guess what? I'm kind of upset. Now I gotta take it out on everybody. And you know, all the hilarity ensues. There's just a ton of underlying jokes that you will just appreciate if you're a true fan like I am. Like, I'm telling you guys, I am like so jazzed about this movie, and I laugh so hard. Oh my gosh. I mean, let me tell you, everybody in the theater was just like me, laughing out loud so hard at this movie, and just like, you know, we were all in and we're like, yes, let's do it, yes. And now I'm not gonna spoil the ending though. I'm not gonna spoil the ending. That I'm gonna leave totally unspoiled. No. Let's just say that there's just so much action. There's so much humor. There's so much drama on top of humor. There's so much sarcasm that this is a true Deadpool movie. And it just adding Wolverine into the mix just put that on the highest plateau of excellence that I can't even go into words. Well, I'm using a lot of words because I feel like I'm walking through the stars today. But it is just such an amazing movie, guys, that I totally suggest you just go watch it. It's so cool. And if you don't go watch it because of what I say, you at least got to go watch it for Dogpool. Just for Dogpool. Seriously. And also Dogpool, Ladypool, Babypool. I'm going to leave that there. But seriously, there's just a lot of kicking tush, a lot of action, a lot of sarcasm. I am totally going to give it all 10 lightsabers on. That's gonna be my new rating system. All my 10 lightsabers are on. You guys just gotta go. All right. If you have seen Deadpool, why don't you guys let me know in the comments what you thought about the movie? Let's have a discussion about it. If you do go watch it and want to come back and also discuss it, I'm all there. And aside from that, do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. And as always, from my heart to yours, put some love out in the universe and go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.